Alright, in this video I'd like to talk about some information about Dutch. This is because it's my own native language, and I thought it would be nice to just put together some information of the stuff that I know. So what is Dutch and where is it spoken? That's maybe the best way to start it off. Well, Dutch is the main official language of the Netherlands and one of the three official languages in Belgium. The others there are French and German. Dutch is also spoken in the Dutch Caribbean and Suriname, which are ex-colonies of the Netherlands. Dutch is part of the Germanic language family, which includes the Scandinavian languages, such as Norwegian, Swedish, etc. But more specifically, it's part of the West Germanic branch, which includes English and German. There's also a few Creole languages derived from Dutch, but they're almost all extinct except for Afrikaans, which is one of the official languages of South Africa. Afrikaans took shape in the 18th century when it slowly diverged from the Dutch spoken by Dutch settlers. Speakers of Dutch and Afrikaans are still able to understand each other quite well, but it's getting less over time as, of course, Afrikaans takes influences from other language in the area and develops its own vocabulary and grammar and everything. So then I would like to talk about actually something that's in my opinion a bit strange, which is that Dutch is called Dutch, and it's strange because the name Dutch often causes some confusion, especially among German and Dutch speakers, as the Dutch word for German is Duits, and the German word for German is Deutsch. So you'd expect that the English word for German would be Dutch, but that's not the case. It's German. So Dutch and German speakers refer to Dutch as Nederlands and Nederlandisch respectively, and many English-speaking linguists agree that Netherlandic would be a better alternative for the name Dutch, but still it's rarely used. So how did Dutch end up being called Dutch then? Well, for a long time, speakers of all kinds of West Germanic languages referred to their language as some form of Thudisk, and in the Netherlands this was often the form Diets. Up until roughly the 19th century, in order to avoid confusion between German and Dutch, Dutch was referred to by both languages as Low Dutch, Nederduits, and German was referred to as High Dutch, Hochduits or Hochdeutsch in German. And around the 16th or 17th century, so a little before that, before they started referring to Dutch as Nederlandic in the Netherlands and Germany, the English started using the word Dutch to solely refer to the language spoken in the Netherlands already, because the Dutch had a lot more contact with the English through commercial and colonial rivalry. So they simply didn't have that much to do with Germany. And while both German and Dutch have been referring to Dutch as some form of Netherlandic now for almost 200 years, English speakers have still stuck to the name Dutch. Now for the characteristics of Dutch. Well, Dutch is very much in between English and German, and it's therefore quite easy to learn it for speakers of both languages. The grammar is very similar to German, with a clear difference to English being the word order, which is very similar to German. In Dutch and German, the word order generally goes from subject to object to verb, whereas in English it goes from subject to verb to object. So I want to home to go is a perfectly normal word order in Dutch, for example. And one of the most well-known characteristics of Dutch would be the ch sound. And it is used in words containing the letter CH or G, as long as they're not loan words. For example, the word for giraffe, giraffe, is a French loan word, so it doesn't use the Dutch ch sound. This also goes for English loanwords, of course. So examples of words containing the Dutch ch sound would be Scheveningen, vrachtwagen, and gelukkig. These mean Scheveningen, it's a city in the Netherlands, truck, and happy. And while these words are quite different from English, there are also many words which are very similar to English. Examples would be the word for news, it's nieuws in Dutch. It's spelled slightly differently, but it sounds almost exactly the same. Cat is kat, heart is called hart, moon is maan, and so on. So there's many similarities. Well, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video and it was somewhat informative or interesting. It's a little bit all over the place, but I don't know, I had fun making it, so have a nice day.